Yeah, Alison.
Yeah, so in the model that you set out with globalization being driven by power, if you don't have a value-based system driving it, what's to prevent, so that, and bring faith into the picture, what's to prevent the instrumentalization that we have touched around, so by forces of power, whether it's the state or people, or what's to prevent faith from being used to perpetuate systems of inequality, for example? The church has a history of standing on the side of the empire, so in today's context, how do you negotiate that?
Well, I think you negotiate it in this way. I mean, first of all, there is, as I say, a simple reason for doing this course and having this examination, and then there's a sort of a greater ambition. The simple reason is that faith's there, shared by billions of people. So the first thing we should do is just understand what that process means. And one of the things that I think is important that we do in the course of our studies is actually get a grip on what faith really does mean to different people and different cultures. And that's, if you like, that's somebody you could have, you could be like my dad and a militant atheist and still think that that's an important discussion to have, because it matters to the world. But then I think if you've got the bolder ambition, which is to say how can faith actually be viewed as something that is positive and progressive, then I think we do have to examine, but this is for a little time down the way, what is the root basis of faith? What is it that truly motivates people in terms of faith? Is it something that is actually exclusionary to other people? To come back to Yes's first point, or is it not really? And that's why I say, when I look at faith just from a practical, kind of practicing politician point of view, you see these different strands within faith. Faith as my badge of identity, faith as this is the tradition, but faith also as spiritual awakening. Faith is about how I can be a better person, not how can I enforce this form of faith or this form of culture on everybody else.